Hi, one person. Thought I'd come on for a few minutes, say hi before I start my floors. What are you up to, one person? If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around. I'd appreciate it. Hi, Shan. I got a vacuum and I made some Spanish rice. I don't know why it takes me forever to make dinner anymore. It just seems like my day's gone and all I've done, well, actually I texted my one grandson, it's his birthday today. He turned 30, so he's my oldest grandson. Then my other grandson, he's 18, he texted me. So we were texting for a minute because I saw in one of his videos he had Sinatra and I had to make a comment. So I did do that, so that took a little time. And then I did do some hand laundry. But I really got nothing accomplished to speak of. But I do know what I'm going to do at the beginning of the year. And I've been doing research and looking into the right paints and all that. I'm going to paint my 2 chairs in my living room. It's upholstery, and I'm going to paint the upholstery. And when I do it, I'll do a video on it. I'm scared to death, but you know what? I'm to the point I was going to have them recovered when I saved up the money, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try to paint it because we're really not in that room that much. You know what I'm saying? Where you sit on the furniture all the time. So I'm going to try it. And if it works, hey, I'll just leave it. But if not, you know, I can always get them reupholstered. Hi, Lenore. How are you? It takes you forever too. I just tried to figure out what the heck we're going to have for dinner. Yeah, sometimes it gets hard. The thing is, I should have stayed up when I got up at 5 this morning. I should have stayed up, but I didn't. I went and laid down until 8. And just those 3 hours difference, it makes a difference in how much I get done. I get a lot more done when I stay up than when I sleep until 8. Dang it. So, yeah, I didn't get a lot done. So all I'll get done when I hang up, when I get off here, is I'll vacuum. I have a clock I have to hang. Feed the dogs. Yeah. Oh, and what I'll do is I'll get all my everything I need, my materials to do my DIYs, because I have quite a few DIYs for Halloween that I'm going to be doing, and I got to get those done. So I'll get all my stuff of all the different things I'm going to do, so I have it at the ready. I painted 4 of my faux leather chairs for a quick fix and was actually amazed how decent they turned out. Really? But now these aren't leather. How did you paint leather? Oh, you use spray paint made for the boat, car upholstery. Okay. This furniture I've had since 1993, 92 or 93. So that tells you how old it is. But I really like the furniture because it was made really, really good. And I like the design of it. So I was going to keep it anyway, but I was going to have it reupholstered, like I said, when I save up the money. So I thought, I'm not going to be hurting anything, because if I don't like it, you know, it's really no great shake. I can just wait until I can get it reupholstered, and then so be it. But since I'm going to do that, I just want to see, because the videos that I've been watching, and I'm going to follow it to a T. They look good. They really do. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So you haven't decided what you're going to have for dinner. Leonore, what are you going to have? What have you been doing? What's new in your world? I'm going to be doing a lot of these ghosts, you guys. Different, I think these ghosts are so cute. And I have a lot of different things I want to do in regards to these, because I just think they're really cute. It's not quite as hot today. It's hot, but not like it's been. Oh, definitely I will. Well, I'm going to do video, and I'll take pictures too, but I'm going to do video of it as I'm doing it. But I had to buy a new small upholstery shampooer, and for small spills and stuff. So I'm going to shampoo them. I'll probably do that. No, I'll probably do that pretty soon, while we still have warm weather. Just to get, you know, because it has so much dust and stuff through the years. Oh, thanks, Shannon. I'm not done yet, but almost done. Like I said, I'm not going to do as much as I usually do, because I'm going to focus more on Christmas. Because you guys, I'm telling you, the older I get, I mean, lifting those boxes down from the rafters and putting them back up, you know, it gets hard. And it takes me a lot longer, like I've told you many times, it takes me a lot longer to get everything decorated than it used to. So I'd rather use my energy for Christmas for a lot of this stuff. But yeah, these little ghosts that I have in mind, oh my gosh, so cute. Last year I was really into Hocus Pocus. The year before that, what was I into? I think I was into Hocus Pocus again. Pretty sure. So yeah, hi 9 people. If you could give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, I'd appreciate it. I just can't believe I just hardly got anything done. It just blows my mind. I hate that. I can't believe that my grandson's 30. So I have my oldest granddaughter's 31. And all of our birthdays are, most of them, August, September, one in October. Hi, Tobert. Hi, Sandy. How you doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's 4:30 there. Yeah, see? Sandy, what are you up to? Tobert, what are you up to? What's for dinner? What are you doing? Hey, Ladybug Toes. How are you? You're not doing much? What have you been working on, Sandy? Anything? Hi, Mups. Muppets, I can't believe that you stood there and watched that person put all those rocks. I would have been out there so fast it wouldn't have been funny. I'm not kidding. That made me so mad. When I saw that, I could not believe what I was seeing. I couldn't. I thought of all the nerve. I mean, anyone in their right mind. Yeah, I know you said free. That doesn't mean you take every flippin' one. Share the wealth. Save some for somebody else. Oh man, oh God. I was getting so mad watching that. That was unbelievable. What are you having for dinner, Mups? Ladybug, what are you having? Tobert, San. Did Leonore tell me what she was having? You guys, did you hear me when I told Shannon and Leonore that I'm going to paint my chairs in the living room with paint? Well, the paint acts like a dye, they said. When you put it on, the way you put it on. And you have to sand it in between, but I don't know what, I'm gonna have to look up what grit, whatever, sandpaper you use, because you have, okay, you wet it down, you get a spray bottle, you wet it down, then you put the first coat of paint, and you really have to scrub that paint into the fibers, okay? Then when it dries, you have to sand it. And then I'd probably vacuum it maybe up a little bit or something. And then after that, you wet it again with a spray bottle of water, and then you paint it again. And then you don't have to, but I think I would, is then you put, well, you seal it. So we'll see, but I will do video of it. It's hotter than a hoot owl at the moment, lady. Is it? It was really hot here last week and the week before. It's a little bit cooler today, and it's not as humid, thank God. Oh, it's true, Muppets. If I had been there, nothing would have stopped me. I would have been out there in a minute flat. And I would have said, empty your pockets now. Free doesn't mean all of it. Now, there, take the one you want. Bye-bye, be on your way. Ooh, beef tip and gravy over mashed potatoes. Oh, that sounds so good. Just home from babysitting, your little grandson went to the pool. Now a glass of wine. Amen, Tobe. Dinner not sure yet. Maybe barbecued burgers and salad. Ooh, that sounds good too. Everything sounds so good. It's so hard to breathe? What do you mean, Sandy? Because of the humidity? Oh, he was here for his birthday? Oh, how cool. Sandy, are you not? Oh, the humidity, yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. When it was humid here, it is hard. It does feel hard to breathe because the air is so heavy when it's humid, you know? That's why if I have to have heat, I like the Arizona heat, not as hot as it gets. I don't mean that. But the desert heat is so different than the heat here. happy birthday, San. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear San. Happy birthday to you. 65. Oh, I wish I was 65 again. God. But I like the Arizona heat as far as the dry. I can deal with that much better. Well, you know, the 60 is the new, why I keep going down. So 60 is the new 30. So 70 is the new 40. And my 40s was my best decade. So I'm going to stick with that one. Prayers for all the people in Atlantic Canada. Forest fires. My sister got evacuated. Oh no. Definitely Tobert. We will keep her in prayers. Lord, look after Tobert's sister. I know what that's like. Ugh. It's awful. Have you guys been watching any good movies? I'll tell you what. Tubi has a lot of good movies. And it's free. I watch a lot of good movies on Tubi. Do any of you guys give your dog the yak bones? I first saw them on TikTok. They're made in the US. I give them those yak bones. Have you heard of them? Yeah. Oh, hi, Maria. Yes, they do. But they're not long ones. At least the movies I've watched, the ads aren't long. Are you anywhere near the fires? You haven't said anything about fires, have you? Muppets, I don't remember you saying anything about that. I always think of that song, Mama Maria, whenever I see the name Maria. Well, oh gosh, I'm thinking of all the stuff I should be doing and I'm sitting here. Got to get the floors done. Got to get that done. I'm glad dinner's done. Actually, I should have done it early in the morning. You know what? I'm just going to have to start staying up when I get up at 5 and not lay back down. That's it. I just should have done that today. How are you doing, Maria? How's your weather? You're about 2 hours away. It's hazy from the fires. You just got done working? Oh, good. Now you need a nap? Yeah, I bet you. How early do you start? 7, Muppets? Where is Nova Scotia from you guys? That's where part of my family was from when they were there. I don't think there's any more there now, but I don't know for sure. I think they're all in Boston. The ones that were in Canada, they're all in Boston now. And I'm talking from years ago. My dad's birthday was the 16th. My granddaughter was August 5th. So August 5th, August 16th. Nathaniel's is today. Everly's was the 14th. Jason's is the 28th. My grandmother's was the 11th, all in August. And then mine's in September. Tanya's was in September. My other granddaughter's in September. My other son's in October, my youngest, and Jeremy's is in April. He's the oddball. You start all different times. Hi, Carol Lucy. Yeah, you finally caught alive. How's your weather? And what are you having for dinner? Mama Maria. Who sang that? I can't remember the other lyrics to it, though. That part I always remember. Newfoundland is an island, then Nova Scotia, then NB, Quebec, Ontario. I live in Ontario now, but New York, home is Newfoundland. Nova Scotia is beautiful. Is it? I have never been. It's 10 to 10 p.m. there? Oh, what did you have for dinner? Do you go to bed early, Carol? Oh, Carol, I am but a fool. Darling, I love you, though you treat me cruel. Remember Neil Sedaka? You're in New Brunswick, Muppets. What's the MB stand for? I know, I always think when I see people's names, I a lot of times put music to it. And Sandy, oh Sandy baby. Remember that one from Grease? I love Grease. Actually, I was going to watch it the other day. Actually, I have my CD in to play, because I like to play music when I'm cleaning. So I have Grease, the CD, in my CD player. So you haven't been doing any crafts, Sandy? Bad Blood Neil Sedaka. Hi, Nati. It's 3 a.m. in Ireland. When you guys go live at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so oh yeah, I guess you would. Oh, you have been crafting? What have you been crafting? Learned how to do bigger than Matt. What do you mean? Bigger than Matt on Cricut. I don't know what that means. How can you, oh, do you have a different Cricut where you don't need a mat to cut? Because you need a mat to cut stuff, right? Carol Lucy, are you crafty? Look, sleeping. So much for their cooling mat. Look where it's at. I cut out a 30-inch gingerbread, lady. Yes, I need a mat. FaceTime me and I will show you how. Okay, San. Hi, Carol Clark. How are you? You're having BLTs? I love BLTs. You crochet? My grandmother used to. My grandmother, God love her, she could sit and crochet, and she used the tiniest hook. I don't know the number of hooks. I don't understand crochet. The only thing I can crochet is rugs with fabric. I don't know how to do anything else as far as crochet. Hi, Lilybug Lane. How are you, sweetie? Hope you're doing well. She used to use the tiniest hook, I should say. I mean, I'm talking, the hook of it was so tiny. And she used to do these tiny little, and the thread that she used, it wasn't yarn, it was crochet thread, very thin. She could do that without looking. She could talk or watch TV or whatever. And she made the most beautiful pot holders and doilies out of that thread. Oh my gosh, they were gorgeous. There's no way. I could never do that without watching. Well, I couldn't even watch because I wouldn't even be able to see the stitches. I guess she was because it, hi pussycat. Whoa, 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 whoa. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, it was so small. I just couldn't believe it. Never even looked. I mean, once in a while she'd gaze down, not often. Oh, let's go to this side for a minute. Oh, I want to put my ghosts here when I make them. That's what I got to do. I got to make them. I'll get all my stuff together, and hopefully tomorrow I can, if I stay up at 5, then I'm just going to start doing my ghost. The biggest craft this week is wrapping up my grandson's first birthday gift. I'm having fun with it. How cute. You're sick with a head cold? Oh no. Thanks, Mops. Look, I have the dog's bowl there. I keep water all over the place for them. So where this chicken is, I'm going to put a ghost. I'm going to put a ghost behind that pumpkin. So the pumpkin will be in front of the ghost. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use Dacia's little baby shoes that she had. Remember in the day when our kids used to have the walking shoes, the little white ones? Well, I still have them, and I never painted them with shoe polish or anything. I left them scuffed up because to me that meant more, because her learning to walk and stuff, how they got scuffed up instead of using shoe polish. But I'm going to use those for the shoes, for the ghost. I think that'll be cute. Oh, thanks, Carol. Actually, it's a mess right now. It really is a mess. I've been on my hands and knees washing my tile with the magic erasers from Mr. Clean, because that really picks up the dirt. Oh my gosh. And in between the grout. But it's taking me forever. It took me 2 days just to do the kitchen, and now I got to, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I still have a few days. Yes, a lot of people get them bronzed. I don't hardly put any decorations. My mom loved to decorate. I always polish them. I polished them when she wore them, when she was little. But once they were scuffed and, she was older, I kept them deliberately like that. I think that's what they always used to do, is get them bronzed, didn't they? For the most part. Yeah, and they'd make them into bookends. Oh, I know, Tobert. It cleans it so good. I mean, when you see how disgusting, like when I'm cleaning, because I kept putting new water in the bucket, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is filthy. The floor is flipping filthy. I think they do too, Pussycat. Yeah, the little Doc Martens, Carol. Yeah, so when I finish that, I'll show you guys. I'll hone in on those shoes because I think it's so cute. But yeah, I didn't go into my little kind of like a shed type, not really a shed, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, where I keep a lot of my stuff outside, holiday stuff, decorations. I didn't even go into that this year for fall or Halloween. I only got the stuff off the rafter from the garage. Well, I did that because it was so flippin' hot. Oh my gosh, I know those shoes, because they're hard. They're very hard. Do they even make those kind of shoes anymore? Because I don't remember my grandkids wearing them, now that I'm thinking back on it. But I know all my kids had them. And remember that little white thing that you put the shoelaces in it? It had the bell. When you closed it up, it had the little bell. I remember Jason wearing those. And he's going to be 54. Okay, so they do make them. Oh, online? Yeah, I remember those little white things. As a matter of fact, I think I have a picture of him with those shoes on, with that little white thing, so that the shoelaces wouldn't come untied. And I remember I've told you guys this before. I always had, Pampers didn't come out until Jason, they just came out when he was a baby. And I couldn't afford them. I used cloth diapers. I used to hate it. It is, the years do fly by quick, Carol. They fly by very quick. And all my kids were born in a Catholic hospital. And they used to put the diaper pins with a St. Christopher, a little tiny metal, right? And that had St. Mary on it. And I still have 3 of them. I gave one to one of my kids that was theirs. But then when I had my last child, they didn't do it anymore, because at that point, almost everyone had disposable. So I was kind of sad about that she never got one. You had a pin in the Enders shirt? My mom used cloth diapers on me and my sister. Yeah, the three oldest, I did cloth. And the last 2, I did disposable. Yeah, I can't believe how fast the years are going. I really can't. Yeah, with the metals. But yeah, I guess I started thinking about it today because of Nathaniel, my grandson. I'm thinking, 30, what the heck? That's Jeremy's son. And Aubrey, she's going to be 23 in February. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Those two over there just sawing logs. You know, but the thing is, they're sound asleep, but if I was to mention a TR, you know what? They would pop their heads up so fast it wouldn't be funny. I used cloth on my oldest for about a month or two, and that was enough. Went to disposable. Yeah, they're handy for emergencies. Oh, I used to hate it. Ooh, cleaning them. I didn't have tidy-didy service. I was the tidy-didy service. Oh, God, I remember that. Especially when they'd have their blowouts. That was always fun. That part was always fun. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you say that particular word, I don't care. They can be sound asleep. I'm not going to say the name, but she could be snoring. We all know who I mean. I mean out of it. You say that one word and they're up. Oh, pussycat, it was awful. Oh. I never missed that. Once we were able to afford the disposables, I never looked back. Oh, you had to do that, Naughty? Naughty? Am I saying that right? Yeah, you have to soak them. Oh. And remember the diaper stacker? But I use the diaper stacker for the disposables too. But I remember we'd have to, and then you'd have to put your hand inside to make sure you didn't poke them with the pin. Then you'd poke yourself. Yes, I do remember Buster Brown shoes. With the little dog and the little boy with the, what kind of hat did he have on? Or was it his hair that was cut like a Buster Brown? But I think he had a hat too, didn't he? Yes, the plastic pants, and they always stunk. You could, when you washed them, it would never, oh, I hated the smell. And then when you put them in the dryer, they'd get all soft, and then as they got old, they'd start to get real hard. Ooh. She got poked. And when the pins would get old, they'd pop open sometimes. Oh, it was a real fiasco. A beret, that's right. I thought it did it. And then he had the blunt cut, and he had the little dog next to him. Yeah, yeah. They look like shower caps. They did. You didn't have a clothes dryer? Well, yeah, I did have a clothes dryer, but I did have a clothesline that I did a lot of the clothes on the clothesline. Yeah, you think back on that stuff, and we didn't, at least I didn't. When Jason was born and Tanya, we had little baby washcloths, the little ones. We didn't have wipes like we do now. And the swings, I remember for Dacia's shower, Lindy got her this most beautiful, I mean, this swing did everything. I mean, you could sit it up, you could lay it down, it played music, it had vibration, it had different levels of swinging. The swing I had, and I've got pictures of it, when you, it didn't recline, it didn't do nothing. You just sat straight up, and it had canvas type material. And to get him in there was a maneuver in itself. But when he'd start to wake up, I'd have to crank it again. Well, the crank was so loud, he'd start crying. And it was like, oh, crap, because you do that, so hopefully they'd fall asleep sometimes. But if it stopped, he'd start to, move around, so I'd want to crank it up again, but it was so loud. Oh, my Lord. Yep, I'd bleach them. Yep, you'd have to bleach the diapers. Yep, I remember that. Yeah, I remember the clothes, they'd be so rock hard. Oh, you were shredding chicken? Yeah, we're all old school. Yeah, stiff as a board. That's why I like the dryer when we would start putting them in the dryer, because it would soften them. Oh, they love the swing, but that crank, oh. And that's true, the diapers would become our dust cloths, that's true. Oh my gosh, yes, Carol. And those jumpers that you would put up, and you would put them across the door frame, and they were steel. And actually I didn't use it because I was scared to death that as they jumped, I was scared that would finally work its way down and hit him in the head. The Johnny jumper, yes. And your jeans would freeze on the line. That's right, it was a bouncer. Now the walkers, in the beginning with Jason and Tanya, they didn't have the round ones where if the baby was to get off balance or could maybe tip over. Remember the old school? I'd have to get out pictures. I'll have to get out pictures sometime of what they had. But then as time went on, they made them to where you wouldn't have to worry about them going over, because a lot of times they were round. Jeez. And I remember the first Pampers. I remember I had gotten one box thinking, okay, I want to try these. Jason would walk right out of them, or he'd pull them down. He was famous for pulling down his diaper and running naked. And those tabs were made, oh, you guys, the tabs were so, it was just like tape. I mean, it wasn't anything strong. So you could just rip them off. Even if you were a baby, like 9 months, 10 months old, which he did, I thought, forget this. So I just went back to the cloth. Oh my gosh, I remember my kids. They'd get their feet going so fast that they could just, I mean, they would go like the wind in those things. But I'll tell you what, I did like the playpen. I did like the playpen, and I would put the playpen wherever I was, so they'd be right with me. But I had stuff I had to get done. I mean, I had to clean, I had to cook. I couldn't have them running around trying to make sure, where are you? Forget about it. They all had playpens. Every single one of them had a playpen. I just had to, until they were, well, when they got to be like one, of course, but I'm talking, from like 5 months until they got to be a year. I would keep them in that playpen, because once they got that old, they'd climb out of it. And that was always fun, when they'd climb out of their crib at night, and then you'd have to go, okay, got to get you a little trainer bed. Then the trainer bed, then they'd get out anytime they wanted. Then you had to keep telling them to go back to bed. That was always fun. Oh, the playpen was a godsend to me too. Hi, Vicky. Oh, that's the only way I could get anything done. Exactly. Now they don't even put them in anything. I think, how the heck do you get anything done? And remember the infant seats? I used to put mine on, I can't believe, I would put them on the counter with me in the kitchen. Not think anything of it. Now, of course, you think, oh crap, I put them up on the counter with me? And I always gave mine when they were tiny baths in the kitchen. Always. Always. Because the bathtubs were too much of a pain to have to fill up the plastic bathtub, then empty it and splash it out halfway, down to the tub. So mine all of them, when they were tiny, got baths in the kitchen sink. Oh yeah, I made life as easy as I possibly could. Your granddaughter is 6 months old and she was crawling, but she's quick. They're very quick, too quick, and I was always afraid of them getting something in their mouth because they could pick up the most minute thing that you couldn't see, and you're thinking, where did you get that? No thanks, you're going in the little playpen, God bless you. But yeah, I always gave them their bath in the kitchen sink. I mean, I cleaned it out, with Ajax and all that. But yeah, I did. I most certainly did. It was so much easier. Yep, the playpen was my friend. I have a picture of Tanya. I was just looking at it the other day. Okay, I'll have to get these pictures out sometime when I go live and show you guys. She really was a character, but she put on this, it was like a cowboy hat, kind of. It was like a straw hat, kind of like a cowboy hat. She has the straw cowboy hat on, her sleeper, a bottle, and she's holding on to the nipple with her teeth, so it's kind of hanging out of her mouth. And if I remember right, she's got a doll or something in her hand, and she's in the playpen. I don't know what she was getting ready for, but she was probably about 9 months. And then I remember Jason. I'd put him in front of the TV in the playpen, and he'd hang his arms over the playpen and watch TV, and he'd kick his legs as he was hanging over the mesh of the playpen. And I think back on all that. Oh gosh, those were the days. That was funny. Those were the days, weren't they? That's what I had. They were on wheels, Vicki, the walker. Man, they zoom around. Anyway, well, like I say, I would stay on here. I was going to come on last night. Then I thought, well, it was already 9:45 here. So that means that it was, 1:45 back east? And I thought, well, yeah. I wouldn't really be opposed to it anymore. I know people would always get mad seeing kids on that, but nowadays, I'll tell you what, and that's another thing. When my kids, I never let them walk behind me. The other day, I was coming home from the DMV because I had to get that real ID and I had to get my license renewed because it's expiring on the 1st. This chick was walking ahead. Now, this kid was no more than 5. Couldn't have been more than 5 years old. This chick's walking ahead of her child. The child is behind her. They're walking across one of the busiest streets by my house. okay? That kid could have veered off from the crosswalk just as easy as not. She wouldn't have had a clue, okay? I never let my kids walk behind me, ever. Ever. They were always in front of me where I could, and I'm talking, when they were like 5 and 6, 7, 8 on up. They were always in front of me, never behind me. I couldn't believe it. I thought, my gosh, what are you doing? Actually, I wanted to say, what are you doing? Well, I did say it inside the car. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. And when they were in the cart, they were always buckled in. Oh, that would have been a good idea, Sandy. I never thought of that. Your daughter was premature. She wore a Chinese brand new dog. Oh, how cute. How preemie was she, Pussycat? I got to get some of those pictures out next time when I go live and show you guys. Yeah, Jason was a climber too. Oh, I don't either, Vicky. I really don't. Yeah, well, I mean, for that matter, someone could come by and grab them and run with them. You have to keep your eye on them constantly. I mean, constant. She was 2.5 weeks early. She was 5'7". You were 3 pounds and 11 ounces, Sandy? Wow. Well, my grandma, and now this is back, she was born in 1892, okay? Keep that in mind. She was 2 pounds. They didn't think she was going to make it. They put her in Excelsior, the stuff that they use in barns, because Excelsior keeps you warm, with flannel, her wrapped in flannel, because they didn't have incubators. That woman lived, and then she got rheumatic fever when she was, she was little. I think she was like 7, she said. And then when she was an adult, she got tuberculosis. And she lived until she died in 1980. So how old was she? Do the math real quick, because I always get confused. 1892 to 1980. And that's how old she was. She was so strong. She was little. She was a little thing. I used to use her for an armrest, because she was tiny, short, little. But I'll tell you what, that chick was strong. And that's unheard of in those days. I mean, very unheard of to live. She had everything stacked against her, and she still made it. That's why your eyes are bad. The incubate lights, now they didn't cover. Okay, 88. There you go. God love her. God bless you, Grandma. Your Nana is 4'7", and she's 96, and she's still alive. Oh, God bless her. Oh, yeah, my grandmother was she was probably a little under 5 foot. On my mother's side, everyone was shorter except my one aunt. But on my dad's side, they're tall. That's where I get my height. Your granddad lived to 101, Vicky? Wow. Wow. Isn't that crazy? All right, guys, I gotta go. I don't want to go. Doggone it. I'll have to set up my StreamYard so people that want to come up can come up and talk. My granddaughters have a great grandma. She's 103. Oh my gosh. God bless these people. Wow. Well, if I live to be my grandmother's age, then 70, 80, I have 18 years. Love you too, San. All right, guys. Have a good rest of the day. Carol, good night to you and anyone that's across the pond. Yes, I'm so thankful you got to get into a live, Carol. Yeah, I'll be 70 in September, Vicki. Yep. I don't know how that happened. I would gladly go backwards if I could. All right, guys, remember the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever forget that. There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Love you. Bye.